Morning, everyone. Darren at Leviathan Financial here, talking to you from the CME trading floor. Good morning to you all. So, what do we have to you today? Well, first of all, you'll come in. Stock market is actually unchanged because I don't think anything will ever move that thing lower. It seems, but well, oil, however, is going in a different direction. We're up 7% ish on from month oil, up $6, 93.40. We're seeing a spillover into fixed income. You can see here, 10-year. We're not near the lows of last week yet, but we're backed off to 109.22. The D SOFR contract is back to 11. So we're looking at, over 90% chance of a hike by the end of the year. What was the reasoning for this? Well, apparently Iran have stopped talking to the US, stopped exchanging messages with US in protest against Zionist crimes. Agenda completely to block the Strait of Hormuz and activate other front, including the Bab al-Mandab Strait as well. So, yeah, great stuff there. The geopolitical news is dominating everything. It's what, unless you're particularly into AI, which doesn't seem to give a shit, and hence why the stock market is nicely up near the all-time highs still, around the 7,600 area. Who cares? Whereas, however, we do see rates going higher again. 10 years not quite breached the 4.5% yield again. However, we are right bang on it as we speak here. You can see this here, 4.49. Now, as far as earnings go, is there a light earnings calendar? Hang on 1 second, please, everybody. All right, mate. Can you work forward on 500 calendars, please? So, one of the big earnings we have out is Broadcom on Wednesday. Well, the chart is rather bullish. Where could it go to? So the measured move could easily see a charge for the 500 area or a pullback to 69, 369. So we're going to target these two areas. And in September, here, one sec, mate. Let me come back to you in 1 sec. First of all, a 500 target. I'm going to go vanilla, plain and simple ones. It likes this upside fly. I like that upside fly. It's not too bad a return, 529%, and relatively cheap at around $1.10. You can see here the 480, 500, 520 call fly. We can have a look at that here. You could actually marked at 87 cents. You could probably get it now around the 95-cent mark. It will, let's just have a look at the heat map. As you can see, obviously, this one's a slightly longer hold, although you've got 110 days. So doing not to the end of the year, so we're going just to September. You will capture a little bit of it on the move on the upside within a few days, but it's not something that's going to make you money in the immediate reaction to earnings. But if it's going to target that area between for over the summer, then that is one that's going to coin you in a lot and will really start to kick in a couple of months to make you money if you're right. But it's cheap, so your downside is limited as well. That's the important thing. Keeps you in the game. The value of this thing will barely change, even if we come off $20. So that's the idea of that one, to keep you in the game on that. On the downside, it likes some funky ratioed stuff, and I quite like this one here. Uh, you have to do 2 by 6 by 5, by the way, and the price for that would therefore be double what this is here, because that's how you need to work it. So on that ratio, it's $1.43. So 286 is your price. You need to look to do that. Half the amount of contracts. Um, if any of you prefer us to do all that work for you on the system, we can easily do that. But this one gives a nice little return as well. It's fair value. It's currently ranked in its 52nd percentile. And I kind of like the heat map on it. Have a look here. If we do go down, you're kind of making you're monetizing it a lot quicker. And your downside is fairly limited. You can actually do really well. As you can see here, though, and this is a great example of how things change over time. And this is one of the problems we've often said about other systems that will look at stuff and suggest to you exploration trades, is it doesn't look at what happens during the course of its cycle, whereas we do. So just be wary of the fact that it can ebb and flow depending on the value of this structure. Could make you a lot of money if you're right and you target the right area, but it could be a bumpy road along the way. Not too bad. Your maximum downside here is would be price negative on the strategy, and you can lose like $4 on the trade. So that's generally though why I prefer suggesting more of the vanilla trades. But for those of you more advanced, that ratio is not too bad. Apart from that, we'll keep an eye on rates once more. There was one trade I liked in SOFR that somebody was looking at earlier on. We were looking at basically the possibility. There's two scenarios I like to look at for short-term rates. One is going to be two hikes rather, because why stop at one if you're going to go in that direction? And the other would be, well, what if we just don't do anything at all? Either of those are good possibilities, and those are the two scenarios we'll be looking at later on today. Anyway, as I say every day, always be lucky, rather be lucky than be good. So good luck to you all, and have a great day trading.